Hello.
I was just like,
Hey, we're late again. That's also my fault. So sorry. But, welcome everyone.
all
I
right,
wonder why.
they're going to jump in eventually. Let's go ahead and just say thank you, Griffin Co, for being our longest time sponsor. Guys, check them out at griffinco.com. They make 3D printed minis, terrain. They also do like plushies and laser engraving. So many awesome things. Check them out at griffinco.com. And on checkout, use our code FABLED42 to get 22% off your purchase. Thank you.
And then you should definitely check out our friends at Underground Oracle. They create a lot of fun resources for players and DMs alike. They've got 5e compatible resources. They've got their own system called the Cypher system. They have two versions of that. There's Wild Space, which is more of a sci-fi, and then there's Harrow, the Blighted Plane, which they describe as a crystal punk fantasy in a fallen world. They've got a shit ton of one-shots to play, so I mean, check it out at undergroundoracle.net.
And I am now the new sponsor read for Nine Realms Creation, ninerealmscreation.com. It's all bunch of really cool D&D wooden commission type stuff. All of their products are made from natural woods, and it's very, very, very affordable. So definitely get a look. I'm sure they could even probably do some really fun like custom stuff if you wanted to, but dice trays, like I'm looking at their website right now so we can check it out. But from what I'm seeing, mostly dice trays, it looks like, yeah. Which, you know, I'm using a plastic one, so something cool to get in the future. And I'm sure they'd be willing to customize it for you too. So, really cool sponsor read from Nine Realms Creation. Check out their website, ninerealmscreation.com. And also, at checkout, we have Fabled42 10% off promo code. So go ahead and use that whenever you're checking out with them. And then, on top of that, you're going to go to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, then it's just below in our descriptions, just down below. And you click YouTube, and you hit subscribe, and then you tell all your friends about it so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. If we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we will be doing a massive giveaway. So definitely tell everyone about us. And it's also a good resource if you haven't caught us live. Maybe you missed a scene. Maybe you want to see us back from the beginning. So all that archived on our YouTube. Go check it out. It's also it should probably be in our Discord as well. So if you are on our Discord, I'm assuming you can find it from our Discord as well. So yeah.
My turn.
And? Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. Today is the day. All right. So, yeah, welcome. Don't forget, if you are one of our subscribers, you can also use a luck or an inspo to give to one of our players, or even me as the DM for one of the enemies. And you can do all
Do
kinds
not give them to the DM.
Yeah, well, yeah, please don't. Maybe. Well, up to you. Gauge the situation. You can do an inspiration dice of different kinds, anywhere from a 1d6 all the way to a 12. You can
And the
grant
crowd
them...
favorite Bad Luck Blitz.
Yeah, you can fucking shake Calamity up a little bit, which turned the tide on a couple of games here so far. You can give them a long rest or a short rest, auto succeeds, all kinds of cool stuff that can really help them out. But yeah, so welcome. We're gonna get right into it, okay? Well, we do welcome our guest star here, Nate, who was an old school Crypt Creatures crew member from the name of Dutch. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
Yes. So, last we left off, we did run into our old friend Dutch, which is strange and even Dutch doesn't really know how he has arrived here or why. But it's kind of interesting that with the first week of traveling in this area, he were to run into his old friend Toddle. Still kind of a big mystery, but he did come in right in time to offer the killing blow to a giant ice basilisk that ended up ambushing the crew. Just moments before, the basilisk was a huge, almost snake-like creature with kind of bristled scales and was attacking them and the entire herd of goats from afar before creeping up on them and getting split to pieces by Avaran. And they found out inside was a smaller version of itself, a little bit more skeletal looking, with two giant piercers that was attacking them as well, before it finally succumbed and died. Everybody else on the side did sorry. Everybody did survive, including all of the goats and the goat babies, thankfully. And we're able to start to catch up a little bit, but is still traveling through this giant kind of mountain crevice that's super dark, damp, and it's starting to get dark out as well. It's really hard to see through here unless you have dark vision. You might be okay. But below them is just an abyss of darkness and seems to fall forever. Even when killing the monster, no one really heard it land anywhere or anything like that. Above them, you can see pieces of the sky, where they can see sometimes, well, all of yesterday seemed to be a bit of a blizzard, otherwise a nice kind of blue sky. But it is starting to get dark. Kind of colors of tangerine and magenta are starting to pour along the sides of this crevice, and lighting a little bit of a thin pathway where there's kind of folded rock where all of these goats that they're mounting on are treading across. However, it is getting a little bit more, I guess, deeper spots to step on. Is getting a little bit more sparse, so it is getting a little bit more difficult for these goats to travel through it. So it's taking them a little bit longer than at least that they were going before. So far we have a marching order of Dutch kind of in the lead by several yards, trying to escape what seems to be Calamity's questions, who's sort of ganging up behind him pretty quickly. Then it's Toddle, and then Avran seem to be kind of flanking the party with all of the baby goats, and they're slowly healing them from the poison damage that the basilisk gave them. Words. Okay, so let's actually start with Toddle.
Yay!
So you have the ability to heal from this poison damage. So you have been, at least where we last left off, you were starting to heal some of the goats in the herd that might have been affected.
That's correct.
Is there anything you do or say?
Oh god. I'm tired. I'm really tired, and by I'm tired, I mean pretty much damn near all of my spell slots are used, and I'm in level 1 exhaustion because I didn't sleep the following night. So my ass needs to go to bed as soon as I'm done helping everybody. And I think that's what we were doing, right? We were trying to find a spot to get chill and comfy.
Avaran, I think, had part of sending Niam forward. Niam had seen like a little outcropping within the cave wall that we could potentially camp in. So I think
Nice.
Last time I had kind of pointed it out as we were headed towards it.
Okay, neat.
Yep.
So, yeah, all my level 1 spell slots are done. So if I'm doing any other spell slots, I have 1 2 level, 1 3rd level, and then I sell my 4th level, so I could I could do something pretty big here before I pass out. But just healing.
I would say you guys are gaining up on that area, by the way. It's because of how difficult it's getting to walk across this place. There is a way that you kind of go away from where you can see sky. You're going a little bit deeper into the crevice in order to cross safely. But you can see it about, I would say, like 100 yards ahead of you. You can see a little bit of the ledge that seems familiar from scrying with your falcon.
Hey, Dutch, you may want to slow down there. I think we're going to try and take a rest in that area over there.
I'm gonna grab my goat by the horns and put the brakes on a little bit. Hearing this, I could probably go for a rest as well.
All right,
I mean,
sweet.
yeah, you were dead up until recently.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's not as restful as you might think.
Fuck.
And at that, Dutch, go ahead and roll an investigation check, please.
Boop, boop, boop. 19.
19. Oh, nice.
Damn.
Okay. So yeah, you spot exactly what Averin had described. There seems to be almost a cavern, like someone literally stuck a piece of dynamite on the side of this crevice and had it explode. So you don't have an idea yet how deep inside it goes, but you do see a pretty safe place to enter and climb right up to it. And yeah, do you head that way?
I'm gonna actually pause and I'll look back at the party and let them know, hey guys, we got a little alcove up here. I can't see too far, but maybe let's rally up kind of at the entrance of this and maybe see, this could be a safe place to stay for the night, or it could also not be a safe place to stay for the night.
All I know is that I need to sleep. I need to do some sleeping. I am officially tuckered out.
Calamity, pick a number 1 through 10.
I will pick 7.
Okay. What is Calamity up to?
Calamity is zoned out. He is really thinking about all the things that he saw in our last encounter that wasn't even encounter related. He was just bamfing in and out of reality and ended up in a very strange place. He doesn't even know what we're doing right now. He doesn't know if we're riding goats, if we're setting up camp. He blinks. He blinks for a second and kind of like comes out of this trance and looks around. What are we doing?
Sounds
So-
like Calamity could rest a little bit as well.
Yeah. So can I potentially do something that might help? But I might as well do it before we're scouting out. New spell I want to try out. This is called Mordekaisen's Faithful Hound.
Okay.
Okay.
So the reason I want to try it out is because it doesn't hurt. It lasts for 8 hours. It's a summoning, and the creature can see everything, and it will alert us if anything tries to. So we have kind of like our own little security dog.
Nice.
So I figure like it's good for setting up camp to have this little thing. I do have to sacrifice some of my silver and some bone and thread, which are all things that I have. But for having a security defense for 8 hours, that's not too bad. So
What does your Faithful Hound look like?
Okay. So the flavor of I haven't flavored this yet. Okay, so Toddle is a potions guy. He messes around with potions. He can obviously do other things, but potions are like his it. And what I would assume, if Toddle could summon, which he's a gnome and he's like kind of scruffy-ish. Well, no, he's more not really scruffy. He's more kind of like
Grumpy?
Despite the fact that like he's a very jubial figure, I'd say most of the time he's pretty jubial. He doesn't really look happy, and that's kind of, I guess, the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
So like he's like decked out in like no colors at all. He's not like, he totally like, I think you would think on first sight when you see Toddle, he's like, he definitely seems like he would be like more evil-ish, but he's not. And he's got this hair, but he doesn't have any real color on him. So when I think of like this, like things he's conjuring and summoning this hound, so he's, you know, throwing stuff together, and it would be like him throwing potions together, and then out pops like this beast that to me I see very bright, like it's very bright, like it's all the colors mixed from like all the different potions. He's got like multiple textures, like It's like,
Mm.
and he's also kind of drippy. Like he would be like drippy, like potions, like viscous liquids. Is at least what comes to mind when I think of like something that Toddle summoned.
All right. So this, and you summon it now. So this hound is, it's gonna have difficulty traveling at least through this area, but it can do it. And
Okay.
and do you send it ahead towards where the resting spot is?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
It can go with Nyam. They can be kind of like together.
And so he goes, and he is going to go ahead and roll a d20 for him real quick.
Okay.
And tell me what you get.
Okay.
Hi, Beans.
It's good, I can tell.
I got a nat one.
Oh, first roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Here we go.
Dog falls, and then the spell disappears.
Fuck me.
I mean, he doesn't find anything yet. He's sniffing around, and
He's
is
new.
icy.
He's new. I did just create him and all.
It is dark and it is icy, but he's already ahead and kind of sniffing around the area. And
I was gonna say, and I tell everyone, like, this isn't just a random dog that just appeared out of nowhere. Like,
okay.
I'm gonna be like, I told everyone about this.
All right, and then I would say Dutch would be first on scene. Roll investigation for me again, please.
Oh, and I cannot be more than.
Apologies,
100
guys.
feet
I had
away
myself
from it.
muted there for a moment. Nat 20 investigation puts me at 23.
Nice. You
Easy.
find everything. Okay.
Oh,
so, couple of warning signs. There are what look to be spider webs kind of all over the place. The spider webs seem pretty old though. As far as you know, with the 23, there doesn't seem to be any evidence of any giant spider or anything living there at least in the past couple weeks. Which is relieving to hear, but as you do look around, you do spot what appears to be a chest in this cavern. The cavern is pretty shallow. It goes about, I would say, like 60 feet into the wall. But
to the end of it,
you can see the end of it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just rock at the end of it. A little bit of moss and a little bit of plant life growing here too. You have a little bit of clearance above your head, and Avran would as well. It's, I would say, about 7 to 8 feet tall, this area, but it's kind of like a little dome, kind of right kind of inlaid here. But you do see a chest that seems to be somewhat buried almost under the rock, which is unusual. The chest doesn't seem that old. But it almost looks like someone casted something to kind of melt rock over this chest. And due to the explosion happening, it was able to break away some top pieces so you were able to find the chest, at least the top of it. But that's about it. Looks pretty safe.
I am going to dismount my noble steed, my good goat friend, and turn back and alert the party and tell them, "Hey guys, we got a nice little rest stop here. Looks pretty safe. I don't see anything in there. I'm gonna kind of jump in here and just kind of see what's going on. I will not touch the chest because while I am foolish, I am cautious. I'm going to make a nice little place to kind of sit down and wait for the party to catch up, and we can discuss the matter of how we approach this chest in a moment."
And yeah, as you're sort of kind of gauging the place, I would say Calamity rolls in, and then Toddle shortly after, and then blanking the end. First, all the rest of the herd comes in, and all the baby goats, and then Avran. And you guys see the same stuff. I don't think any of you, unless you want to roll investigation to see if you spot the chest, none of you see it right away.
Oh, I'm gonna roll investigation.
I'll do it too. Why not?
Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah. Don't even.
Investigation
of
or
course I'm gonna do it.
perception?
Yeah.
Investigation.
Okay.
Got my number.
10
It has to be over 15.
balls.
Nope, not here, not here. But
What'd you
Well,
get?
okay.
Oh.
I got 12. Dice
so
jail. Moving.
so only Dutch saw the chest.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we waddle up to the zombie guy and look at him.
Yeah, a lot has happened. Not a lot of time or FaceTime. But as you get closer up to Dutch, you will notice his skin a little bit grayer, almost unalive. But otherwise, same expression, kind of left just as he was. There are no visible injuries. It looks like there's some scars over kind of his head like this, like something scratched almost his entire scalp backwards. But it looked like they're scars that have healed over, and look like they've been healed for many years.
Interesting.
Dutch, I know that we just met. Do you mind if I try something? I'm curious about how something might affect your being.
Okay, I'm game. Yeah.
He did eat random foods, and that turned him into various creatures. So I'm sure this is nothing.
I do have a history of eating things I shouldn't, but I'm curious here. Go ahead.
They still have those rolls,
And you're a halfling, right?
I am.
All right. So I kind of step forward and just kind of set my hand on top of your head where I see these like scars, and I'm gonna try lay on hands. I just want to see if giving you, I guess 25 hit points, if that does anything at all.
To the scars, no. But I mean, if you've ever had a headache or if you didn't feel very well, you feel great now.
Right on. I got a little tingle there. Is that your magic touch, Magic Man?
I guess that's all it was. Yeah.
You did notice though the redness in Dutch's eyes goes away. So the balls of his eyes are now a better, more clear white.
Seems to have had some effect.
Much appreciated, my friend. Can you do it again?
Yeah, Dutch, I don't think you've known what you've looked like. Besides, not your face anyway. You can see your hands and your body. But there's been no mirror since you've arrived here, so.
Can I do like a perception check for my own body?
Yeah.
And take an inventory of what I look like and examine my hands and.
I'm sure I have a mirror somewhere. I'm like messing around, hand him a mirror or something. Shiny, reflective.
Let's see. I got 12 on the perception check.
I mean, not much. You definitely.
Okay.
Now that you've gotten to sit and relax, and then all the kind of ice damage that has happened to your face has just been healed by Avaran, you can kind of get a better feeling. You do feel the scars on your head. You follow the scars all the way to the back of your head. Your hair is still growing there, okay, but definitely growing around the scars. And you do have a memory of being pulled into hell and how the giant demon hand seemed to kick your head back and pull you down that way. And then you also feel another claw kind of almost ripping the soul out of the back of you. And you do have some flashbacks of the hellish scene from the however many weeks you spent in hell.
I gotta ask, guys, because like I said, I've been back in the game for a very short while here, and honestly, the whole coincidence of running into Toddle is kind of freaking me out a little bit, but not for nothing. How bad do I look?
You look really
I have
bad.
no basis of reference.
Yeah, okay, so
Oh, boy.
Horrible. I thought you were gonna eat
Dutch.
this.
And I just, as I'm like talking to him, I hear Calamity. I'm just kind of looking at him like what are you doing, man?
Look at
No.
him.
Calamity, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not. I mean your party. No ill intent. Toddle can vouch for me.
This Bart likes animals. This Bart will talk to all the you're Calamity, you are if there's one thing I can guarantee about this person, it's that you are safe. They are advocates for animals. So this is someone who I would have talk to animals because I don't have that. That is not in my. I had the demonic speaker and I have the animal speaker. That's all I needed in my party, and then it was gone.
For context, Nate, you would know this as someone who's kind of lived in this world your whole life, obviously. Any sort Herringons, I don't think you've ever seen one alive before.
Okay.
I think maybe the sight of him would be a little surprising. Like you might have at first thought it was just a rabbit. You realize it's a Herringon because the species has just been totally wiped out or just abused for agriculture. And ones that look a certain way, especially all black or all white, tend to be commonly hunted and used as sacrifice material for cultists.
And Calamity's like smaller than the average Herringon, right?
Correct.
Yeah, he's little.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to reach down to Calamity and crouch down and approach Calamity and say, "Listen, I don't mean you any harm. I know we just met. I'm still trying to figure out how it is that I even got here. I'm trying to figure out who you guys even are. But you have my words." Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go.
We're the Hellraisers.
Is that? I'm gonna look at Toddle. Is that really the?
So that is Calamity's catch-all term for our group. Yes, for this adventuring squad.
Would you like to take out an advertisement in the local newspaper?
If you think that would be smart.
I don't think it
No,
would at all.
that would be very unintelligent. But
Oh, okay. No.
we would get picked off immediately by the demon person, fucking Severa.
I know I'm not like part of the troop here or anything, guys, but I had some debts in the past, and I just feel like a low profile is probably best.
Dutch, you are always a part of the troop. That being said,
Dutch, you also notice as you're kind of finally getting some good FaceTime with the three that you're standing in front of, you do notice what seems to be like a kind of a foggy, clear stone that seems to hover over Avaran's hand and hasn't gone away.
yeah, that's weird.
Oh.
And Toddle looks pretty much, I think, the same. I think definitely
Tattoos.
leveled up. Tattoos all over the arm. One arm. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But
But
otherwise,
you can't see his arm. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit
I was
more
just thinking
impressive of gear.
Yeah. So he has these, because Toddle has these like oversized robes to be like this very mysterious figure. And he also wears gloves. So he takes off his gloves and he like pulls up his sleeve and he's like, yeah, I got some tattoos. Now I know everything.
I'm gonna look over at Avaran, the man with the magic touch. It would seem. What's your secret? How did you fall in with this motley crew?
It's almost as if fate had our paths crossed with each other. I was in hell for an entirely different reason than they were, and I don't know how I got there. I just found myself in irons and being led off in some direction. I managed to get away, and as I was escaping, I was set upon by a few wyverns, and then all of a sudden, my consciousness was in one of them, and I managed to use that one to take out the other two, and then just as I got that one to basically kill itself, Calamity and Toddle, rode up in this fancy motorcycle that I wish we still had.
Me too.
I think you'd have liked it.
That was such a
Well.
good motorcycle.
Toddle, I know. Calamity, Avaran, it's a pleasure to meet you both. You have my word that should we journey together, that you will have my protection, and I mean you both no harm, and hope that we can venture together as I try to put the pieces back together and just figure out what it is that's going on here.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't started singing a song yet. Like, that is like your bread and butter right there. is
I am
singing.
exhausted. I am tired.
Yeah.
I am hungry. Does anybody have food?
We have plenty of food. The last town we went to, we went crazy and we saved kind of like the town a little bit, and they gave us a lot of food for it. So we have food. And I guess I'll start cooking-ish. We're there, right? We're in camp spot, right?
Yeah, and actually, since you have summoned your hound, if you all wanted, if you can totally skip the watch, and then Toddle, if you wanted the hound to do the watch, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
have to roll for him, but it's up to you if you want to do
Sure, yeah. Everyone, yeah. Let's all go. Yeah.
I would like to.
that. You don't need to go to bed now, but like if you wanted to do that,
Yeah,
you can relax
since
a little.
a lot happened from when Dutch got to this place and we got to Dutch and we started talking everything. But I wanted to ask Dutch, did you find anything of use around here?
I mean, not a lot. I took kind of a quick look around. The only thing I saw was that sketchy chest, but I think something's off about it. I don't know that we should open that.
Wait, where did you see a chest? I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah,
Here.
it's in the rocks, guys. It's seriously, guys,
What?
it's right over there.
What?
Point over to the chest and kind of brush some of the rocks and the dirt off of it.
I
Oh.
look over to where he's pointing.
You look at that.
And you see like a corner of the chest seems to appear, but it looks like the rock is almost melted around it. But you
How
do
thick?
see what almost solid gold bars that are like holding the chest together. You can get that glimpse of it.
How thick is the molten rock around it?
From the corner of the chest, it looks like, I would say, a 40-gallon chest, and you can only see like maybe an eighth of it, like eighth of the corner, but otherwise it's totally buried in this rock.
Okay.
I have a
I
shovel.
kind of, I kind of look at it and I take my shield out and I grab
open
it.
Oh,
both-
go ahead.
I
just
grab it
gonna-
on
I
both
was just
sides and I
gonna-
just start
I love
slamming the edge against the rock, trying to chip it away.
Oh yeah, you can't open it yet because it's the lock itself is like buried on the ground. But yeah, roll a strength check.
I like rolling strength checks.
Yes, more strength checks on him in particular. Not me.
Uh,
Not
As
me.
a
Not me.
magic user, I do not know what it's like to have a nice strength check.
We gotta get you a barbarian character. You can play fancy now. The
There you go.
undead fancy.
21 total.
Wow. Okay.
My man.
You are starting to chip away at the rock. It's going to take a while, but I would say if you go at it for a while, you start to expose more and more of the top. But it's kind of, instead of sinking, it's like synced in like this. So
Mhm.
I would say it would take you maybe a couple hours to get the whole thing out. But you can do it that way.
So when you say it's kind of like this, are we talking like if I chip away stone this way, the lid will open this way, or is like the lid this
The
way?
lid is that way.
Oh fuck. All right.
Yeah. It's
In for a
there.
penny, in for a pound. Here we go. Just keep going. You all do your things. I'm at work.
I'm standing beside you. I'm very curious about this
Yeah,
chest.
same. I'm like half falling asleep. Wait,
Oh
my God.
wait, Dutch, you said not to open this chest?
Listen, I've got a pretty extensive track record with opening chests that I find in strange places. And I have like a personal rule of thumb that if there's a chest and it's within like 100 yards of an inky abyss,
It
then I
may be.
tend not
Yeah.
to open them. However, I understand I'm kind of the odd man out here. So
Hang on,
I
wait a
will
minute.
defer to the rest of the party if you guys want to open this thing.
Wait a minute. I have something I can do here that would help if it was a bad guy. And it's my last spell slot for 3rd level, so I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic to make sure it's not bad.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I Dispel
Nice.
Magic just in case it's bad guy, or if it is bad guy, it has to show itself.
Yeah, there is a sound that you hear, almost
Oh,
like
fuck.
just like a really kind of dull tone, and and everyone hears it except the goats for some reason.
Oh.
This tone starts to pick up in pitch, starting really low, and then it gets to a point where it's almost unbearable. And right before it's so bad it almost knocks everyone prone. The sound just dissipates.
Ah! I like grab my ears. Oh.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. Now there's ringing in everyone's ear afterwards.
Well, good thing I'm passing out after this. Is the dog barking?
Your dog is sitting out there just watching outside the cave and kind of itching the back of its ear.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I do too.
So I know this is a total Anne thing. So if I know it says in the official D&D description that it's a invisible creature to everyone but me, but is it okay in our game if he's viewable by everybody in the party?
That is up to you.
Yay! I want him to make him viewable to everyone in the party.
And then everyone notices that this little dog, or big drippy dog.
It's a big drippy dog.
Big drippy dog with like long sagging ears and looks to have patches of different dog patterns, like brindle,
Yes! Oh my
corner,
god!
blue merle on one side, Dalmatian spots down the back, and then kind of a pretty seal point on the face, and just different.
Got like
colors,
a
different
corgi
colored
butt.
eyes.
The corgi bread butt.
Okay, and the corgi loaf, and he's just sitting at the entrance, just kind of looking out into what appears to be the darkness now. And as you're looking out there at him, you notice kind of a network kind of glowing, what almost looks like a nervous system start to sort of pulsate and glow, kind of a neat iridescent glowing blue all along the inside of this cavern, all along the crevice. And it's fungi, but it looks like little tiny dandelion icicles start to bloom out of certain spots of it, and it lights up the entire crevice. It's actually pretty beautiful.
I will be making a note to harvest that when we leave.
There are so many emotions from all of the descriptions that I've got from multiple people about what's happening right now in this particular time. I'm just kind of a little overwhelmed and shocked at like this to Calamity, like this dripping dog monster and this beautiful cave, and then I have my friend over here trying to open this chest with his shield that like hurt my ears for us. There's a lot happening in this moment, and Calamity's just trying to process everything as it comes.
And speaking of that, we just got raided by Misty Mountain Streaming.
Hey, welcome.
Nice. Hi.
Hello, friends. Welcome.
Demon
Hi.
hamster bat. I need to know the story. What is the story behind that?
Please explain. Explain yourselves.
Tell us in
Context.
chat. Oh, and Mackenzie, could you please give him a shout out?
Yeah.
Misty Mountain Gaming, welcome. The team has just started to settle down after a treacherous basilisk battle and freaking rock climbing. So, with goats. Speaking of,
Yeah, goats.
You've
Most
heard of goat yoga. This is goat rock climbing.
Yeah.
yes,
exactly.
most of the goats actually are finding spots to graze outside of this cavern, but all the baby goats remain inside.
Cool.
By the
We
way,
feed them too. They get fed too. We have plenty of food. I even have some different meats, so.
oh, and Averin, are you still chipping away at the chest here?
Oh yeah, I mean I was certainly distracted by the sudden appearance of this spectral patchwork dog, but yeah, after I kind of just like, that's fucking weird. I start chipping away at the rock around the chest again.
And my eyes are like kind of like, my ears are up, my eyes are like kind of going to Avaran, to the chest being hit with him, to this weird droopy dog, to the cave, to Avaran. I'm just like just taking it all in.
A lot of
Like
taking.
the most rabbit you've ever seen me.
Yeah, like are your ears up all the way and you're just like
All
you're
the
doing
way, all the way.
Yeah, you're doing
Curi-
the rabbit thing.
Curious about everything going on. But yeah, I'm definitely at Avaran's ankles, just like what's in the chest.
I'm gonna yell out over to Avaran and, hey, is your little friend here? Is he gonna be all right? He's looking like he's not feeling so well.
Whatever you do, just don't startle him.
Can do.
Yeah.
Are you talking about me?
Well, I
Yeah, you
mean,
look like you're,
Tottle's my only other little friend, and I mean, he knows Tottle's name, so.
Oh.
Yeah, the very first thing I say to you was don't upset Calamity, because we're working with him on his divine powers, which he has, and we're trying to let it flow controllably as opposed to it just randomly sparking out. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge at the chat.
Hey, I have an idea.
Yes!
About what?
I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'll do it.
Bear with me for one moment, please. I'll mark this down. Okay. All right. I would like to address the male goat, the head of the pack,
Okay.
as it were. And I'm gonna kind of look over to Avaran too and say, "Hey, hold on for just one second here," and I turn over to the goat and say, "You think there's any chance that you could help us dig this chest out and maybe do a little headbutt action, chipping away at some of those rocks? I mean, my guy here's been going at it for a minute, but we could use all the help we could get."
And he looks at you. He looks over at you because I would say you'd have to go to the outside of the cave to look at him. He is sitting relatively nearby though, with I think his two main females are kind of on either side of him.
Tight.
And he's
Damn.
and he's not like the females are all resting. He's still standing up and he's just as on high alert as the dog is. And he just looks at you and says, "I'm out of favors."
You know what? Fair enough. I'll turn back to Avaran and say, I thought our goat friend might give us a hand, but I think he's done enough for us at this point. I wonder, and Avaran, tell me what you think about this. If I were to cast Thunderwave, if you think that would dislodge any kind of rock or give you any advantage here.
And I'm going to observe the shape of this cave that we're in, because I'm wondering what a thunderwave might do as like it hits it and then just kind of the force of it scatters around the cave. Do I have to roll for that, or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. What roll was that? Hold on, sorry. And I'm gonna have. Well, there's a couple things. Sorry, I accidentally closed my character sheet up.
Yay!
Just do a perception check.
Okie dokie. 13.
13. Okay. It could work.
So I will say that Thunderwave has
An area of effect.
like a roughly like a 15-foot cubed area. So I think we would have enough room if everybody wanted to like hunker down at the back of the cave. And then I could like direct it outwardly and like blast it off the side of the cave and then out the mouth of the cave.
That would work.
I like your idea. Just be sure not to blow the chest out of the cave. So I kind of take a step back and I kind of get towards the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at Calamity and say, you probably are gonna want to plug your ears for this. They told me not to startle you, so full disclosure, it's gonna get a little loud here for a moment.
Oh,
And
wait. Can you warn the goats too?
Oh, that's a good idea. Speak with animals should still be in effect. I'm gonna go and yell towards the mouth of the cave. Hey guys, we got incoming thunder blast here. If you guys want to take some cover, and then definitely maybe Toddle can gather up the baby goats and kind of brush them to the back of the cave and make sure that the young are safe and accounted for.
There's
I-
eight baby goats. Total, you're gonna have to roll an animal handling.
Can I
I'm
assist with
gonna
that?
Yes.
hop behind Avaran and like grab my ears and like pull them all the way down. And try to hold in my pellets. I'm just bracing for anything.
So, Anne, do you want me to roll too, or am I just giving her, Toddle advantage?
It's up to you. You can either assist the roll, or if you want to roll, and if you roll higher, then you would just collect more of the goats.
Okay, fair enough.
Alrighty, guys.
I did not roll higher. At least I don't think I rolled higher. What'd you roll, Mackenzie? Toddle?
Mackenzie?
Hi, sorry. I'm having a good time with chat. That's all I gotta say. Me and chat are having fun today. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Animal handling, roll it.
Me. Okay.
You're on baby goat duty.
Okay. I'm also on droopy mishmash dog.
You
watch
also
as well.
were just given a luck point by Family Fantasy RPG.
I saw that.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
thank you, Colin. Beloved Colin. Animal hands.
I
got
wish you
five.
liked me that much.
I did, literally.
Kidding,
I get
kidding.
to talk to you. I get the pleasure of talking with GW every week, so that's what I'm talking about.
What'd you get?
I got 5.
But you have one luck.
Oh yeah, can I add 4? No, that's inspo. I gotta roll again. Right? Let's roll again. Let's redo it. I'm using chunky dice. Oh, I got 7. So you know what? Thanks guys for rolling. I have already.
So you're
It's going away.
Dutch and Calamity. You're noticing Avran a little bit too tall and these goats a little bit too slippery, and they're just running around this cavern trying to catch these goats. One of them escapes Toddle's grasp and then uses Toddle to ricochet off Toddle's shoulder blades onto the ground and runs away. And they're all kind of bleeding playfully.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait, why are we trying to gather these things? Can't you just tell them to go to the back?
You know what? That's probably a better idea.
DM, while they're going through with this plan to try to, get everything perfectly in place so we can do this thing as smoothly as possible, Calamity's gonna grab it. And while they're doing that, he's gonna just like kind of run to the chest and just start poking at the lock, if he can, just like.
Yeah, the lock is, I would say, like a little bit exposed, and you can probably pull it out of the bed of rock just a little bit. It seems, the lock itself seems really old, and it looks like it used to be an arcane lock, but since the magic was dispelled, it's not an arcane lock, it's a different type of magic. You do try to pick at it, but it's holding strong.
Okay, all right.
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that's all. That's all for me. Yeah.
Can I roll an animal handling and see if I can try and corral
sure.
these goats?
Yeah,
All
because
right.
if you try to talk to them, it's like talking to 4-year-old kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just like, ha 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 ha, silly, and they're just jumping around.
I got 13.
Best roll of the 3.
13's okay. I'd say you handle the majority of them.
Okay.
There's one of them that is a little tough to grab, and so I guess any one of you can go and just grab it by its leg and just fucking hold it there.
All right.
but-
One of you guys go get that extra goat, and then I'll turn to the baby goats and address them as a group and say, listen, it's going to get loud. We got to do a little magic. I need you guys to just stay put. for like 5 minutes. I will feed you guys, we'll keep you warm, keep you safe, but I need you to you're on timeout for like 5 minutes, okay?
And most of them listen, except the one that's kind of rebelling is saying, "You're not my mom," and is running around.
So I'm gonna go over to that one, and I'm gonna grab my shield and just kind of like block its path anytime it tries to go, and just try to like corral it towards the
my
back.
All right, I say, and yeah, that would be successful. And then Toddle's doggo is also going to kind of scope things out on the outside and notice that the herd has sort of dispersed a few feet away from the entrance, and it's gonna run to the back as well. And you have clearance.
Not a cattle dog, I take it.
Nope.
Didn't get that one. Jeez.
All right. I look over at Calamity. All right, kiddo, plug your ears.
I
Here come
hop
the big
away
guns.
and I grab my ears.
All right. We're going to do Thunder Wave. Whoa.
And I'll say it'll hit, so just roll the damage.
All right.
What's the difference between Thunderwave, Thunderclap, and Lightning Lure? Lightning Lure lures you in, but like, and Thunderclap is AoE, right?
Yeah, but it's a cantrip, so it's way weaker than the spell.
Well, all of them are cantrips, right?
Thunder
or-
Wave is a spell,
Oh,
and
Gotcha.
it kills things.
All right. So
Gotcha.
3d8.
Kills things.
Gonna be 4, 4,
Yeah.
and 1. So that's 9.
I think Denai was taken out at one
I
point.
was gonna say the trauma.
Don't bring it up again. Anyway, all right, 9 points of damage. So I would say, is there a certain way you want this magic to look like, or you want me to describe it for you?
Dealer's choice.
So as you kind of set your hands out, you're gonna feel sort of your heart start kind of double beat for a while, and starts to create static across your chest to the back of your shoulders and through your arms. It's gonna launch at this chest, and even though you can't see it very well, you do see the aftermath. So there's this huge kind of cone-shaped explosion that sort of shaves like a good 2 feet layer of rock up and out of this fucking cave. And I would say the plan works. Oh, a nat 20. Okay, so it works perfectly.
Wow.
Nice. I love how I roll for someone else and it does well. And yeah, it does 6 points of damage, though. It does kind of clear out everything around this chest. So the chest is still lodged, but the
Okay.
lid is totally clear. So there's a ton of smoke. However, there's going to be a reaction from the fungi that's on this wall.
Shit.
The fungi starts to spark a little bit, and they go from kind of a pleasant blue iridescent color to like a dark purple. And it's going to start to excrete kind of a mist, and it's going to feel like fiberglass on your skin. So
Oh, God.
everyone around, including baby goats, are going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Damn.
And it's gonna-
Everyone?
Everyone.
Oh.
It's like in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a little difficult to breathe for a while, but it does eventually settle on your skin, and everyone's just gonna be fucking itchy for the rest of the night.
God.
Okay, well, so DM, I was expecting like a really loud boom sound. I was not, however, expecting to be pummeled with sharp shards and bits. So something's going to happen. As I'm not getting pelted, like, my fur is going to start to spark and stand on end. And let me.
Didn't you say you were standing behind me?
I was standing behind you, yes.
So,
So
wouldn't the debris have technically hit me?
DM.
It's not the debris, it's like a mist, so you don't feel anything right away. It feels a little heavy, and then
Mhm.
it sort of sinks into your skin, and it's just really, really irritating.
DM, can you please roll a D100? 2 of them,
Oh.
please.
Yep, here we go.
Oh,
boy.
shit.
Yes, he did it.
D
It's time.
100.
Yeah. If it was just the sound, he was prepared for that. But all this other stuff,
In nomine Patris Spiritus Calamity.
I got a 68 and then I got a 10.
68 and a 10. Let's see which one comes. Okay. And what's the other one? The 68. What does that one do? Okay, so we're all right. So as I'm getting pelted, like I was saying, my fur starts to kind of stand up on end and start to spark, and this multi-chromatic like aura kind of starts to almost like fireworks, I guess you could say, starts to spark around my entire body, and these things, firework type beams, start to shoot in all directions. So let me. Okay, that's.
Averin, your friend's got a bit of a hair trigger, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, he does.
I see what you did there.
He really does. Let me highlight this. And this automatically hits. I don't even have to roll to see if it hits someone. It just automatically does. One's gonna go for Averin in front of me. One is going to probably actually two are going to collide into the walls, and the others are going all towards our friend Dutch here.
Oh god.
So that's gonna be. So for Averin, you take, as a firework kind of like crashes into your back and multicolored, you take a total of 3 points of force damage. For the walls and around us, this cavernous cave with the mushrooms, these walls take 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
As the fireworks kind of like crack and snap on the walls and the fungi. And then for our friend here, he's going to take... Okay, this one... Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah. Wild magic's
Oh, here we
fun.
go. He's going to take... Ooh. 12 points of force damage as these fireworks like kind of like bounce off things and like collide into him from all sides.
Jesus Christ.
Oh lord.
I fly back and slam into the wall of the cave and sort of stand up and kind of crouched over and brushing myself off. And Jesus Christ, Averin, you could have warned me. Your friend's a little explosive there.
I tried to warn you. If I'd known that there were going to be explosives, I'd have warned you about that. He's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah, well, turnabout's fair play.
And another problem ensues because all the baby goats are bleeding, and, well, you know, not bleeding, but bleating.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh my god.
they're hopping around. They're super uncomfortable. A couple of them are crying, and the older mother, the one who brought Dutch down to them in the very beginning, is pissed and finds all the baby goats. She crashes in there and she bleats herself, kind of rears back at everyone, the group, since you guys are kind of huddled together, and is angry. All the baby goats kind of rush behind her, and she's gonna see if it succeeds first. It does. She is gonna stomp both hooves down, and it's gonna trigger the floor that she lands on to freeze over, and it's gonna freeze the entire wall of ice around you, and it's gonna freeze all the fungi, and it's gonna kind of slowly kill the fungi away. So you see kind of it starts to glow, but then fades off and kind of darkens. And she kind of huffs, and like some of the debris from the actual thunder wave, she's gonna almost looks like it's blowing clear an area where the smoke was, and she's gonna look at you with just super angry like eyes, and then turn around and lead all the baby goats towards the very front entrance of the cavern and lay there. And all the baby goats are gonna follow her, and now they're scared and are gonna huddle next to her.
Seems like Mama Goat's pretty upset about how that played out. Can you tell her I'd like to try and heal her children?
DM, is my speak with animals still in effect?
I would say yes, but
Okay.
probably just this last time.
I'm going to approach Mama Goat very, very slowly, kind of hunched over, arms up. Hey, listen, our friend Calamity here, he can be a little frightful, and I'm sure you can understand having these babies yourself, and you know, kind of who knows, when crazy things happen, it can be frightening for all of us. My friend here, he's got something of a healer's touch of sorts, and he would like to, as an apology, as a sign of good faith, potentially lay hands on your kids, if that's something you'd be open to.
And she takes a minute, kind of does her own investigation on everybody, and the goats are okay. They take half damage from what happened, but she responds, and I think she speaks more than any of the other goats in the past, but she says, the road you all travel by is dangerous. It's a dangerous one. But me and my herd, we live here, and we know the dangers. My babies will be okay. But I have some concern for you. If you want to survive this area, you have to be discreet. Because that basilisk was not the only thing that lives and hunts here. And before we reach the Valley of Death, I suggest more discreet measures.
Understood. And again, my apologies for any harm caused. I'll turn to Avaran and the rest of the party and kind of relay this message to them, about this foreboding message, as well as this suggestion that we should probably lay low as much as we can.
All right. Message received.
And as Dutch is like explaining it to you, see her in the background like mean mugging all of you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then she speaks again, and you're the only one who can hear this, Dutch, but I don't know why the king has decided to follow you or obey your orders. If it were up to me, I would have left you to the basilisk.
And the king, is that the male goat that you travel with?
The king of this entire mountain. That's him.
Very well. Please give my highest respects to the king, and again, I can't tell you how much myself and my party here appreciate your granting us safe passage. I assure you we will do much better moving forward to move with a degree of stealth, and with care, that this is your home.
10 out of 10 apology. but she listens, and she turns away from you and sort of starts to continue like soothing some of the younger ones that got hit by the fungi.
I'll turn back to the party and just, guys, it's really important. I cannot stress this enough. That goat is king of the mountain, and we are being way too loud.
Well, thanks for relaying that to us, Captain Thunderwave. Do you mind if I keep chipping away at the rock with my shield? Is that okay?
Yeah, Captain, blow up the rock and it sends shards at everybody, Captain.
But you do notice as you look over and joke about that chest, you notice that it is exposed. Even though it's still kind of a quarter buried into the stone, the lid is totally free from the rock.
I hop towards it and look in.
Well, it's still locked.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Well,
Is there
wait,
like a
did-
padlock on it, or is it a key lock?
Oh, you mean like the chest itself is exposed? I see.
Right.
Sorry.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. The lock is it looks like the shape of a door, and it looks like there's 3 keys that fit into it. It's a little broken down from the explosion, though. It did take some of the damage, but
I have thieves' tools. Does that mean I can lockpick?
you have what?
I have thieves' tools.
Oh, hell yeah.
Does that mean I can lockpick?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
begrudgingly and very tired of everything that is happening, I will walk over and try to lockpick this. Remind me how to roll for lockpicking again.
I totally forget. Let me look.
I forgot to. It's a specific thing, and I forget it all the
Also
time.
never play rogues, so
Same.
I feel like it's a dex-based skill. Like, would
yeah,
it be?
it's a dexterity check.
Which I am not great at, but we're gonna try. Unless
And you-
anyone
but-
wants to.
You have.
Unless I
but-
can
but-
Can I give my tools to someone else if they have
no,
higher dex?
no. But
Yeah. Do
you,
it.
as an artificer,
Yes.
you have proficiency in these tools that you're using, these thieves' tools. So
Yeah, I
you can add your proficiency bonus on top of your dex number.
He's right. And that's plus
Yeah.
5. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So my dex is +1, my proficiency's +5, and then what do I roll? And then just the 20?
Yeah, d20.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yay, it's much better this time. Okay. 13.
+6.
Dirty 20. Dirty 12.
Hey!
Ho ho!
So you are successful. You
Yay!
remove the lock.
Yay.
Who opens it up?
I'm gonna
Right.
open it, duh. Or someone can be next to me.
All
If
right.
Talo does it, I will. Poof.
Yeah.
Flip.
Tala is like rubbing the hands together, getting ready to open the lock, and here comes Calamity.
Yeah.
Lifts the lid off this thing, and you see everything inside, and it's literally a chest full of diamonds. If you were to dig through it, there seems to be a scroll at the bottom of it,
Okay.
and it's actually written in kind of an old language that I invented myself, so no one can
Okay.
really read. But
Damn it.
it seems to be almost like a letter of some kind.
Okay, well, I'll pocket that and try to. I'm going to assume no one in this party knows how to read this. I've asked everyone in this party, do they know how to read this letter? And I assume it's a
You
resounding
say
no.
no.
I don't know what language did we say this was?
It's a
Made
made
up language.
Made up
And
language
made up
doesn't have a
language.
name,
So
but
I'm
it
I
gonna
can barely
pocket
read
this.
common.
and
Right?
but it does have a signature at the bottom, and it's signed by Orson.
I don't remember.
We know of
unfortunately.
that name.
I don't- do I?
You know what? You know what? Anyone could be named anything in the world. I can't just assume that I know who that is. So never
I
mind.
know, right?
Okay.
100 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shut
valid.
up. Okay, Orson. Gotcha.
I'm,
Did anyone-
You're
Here to-
Orson's grandson.
Care to fill
Yeah.
me in here?
yeah. I don't.
Who's this Orson character?
Do I remember this character?
If you don't, I can explain, because you 3 would remember.
Okay. Because I don't remember.
And I don't think Nate. I didn't, because I did not do my due diligence and send Nate the info for this. But you would know that there are gods that kind of rule over everything, and the whole reason why the world is shrouded in darkness was because of a war between good and evil.
Right.
And there's some gods that align with the evil side, and there's some gods that align with the good side, and there's specifically one god that we call the Zero God that didn't really even involve himself at all, even though he's the most powerful god. Orson has been seen in like old murals and stuff from hundreds of years ago, and seems to look like, when he appears to Earthlings, he looks like an elf. An elf man. He has long blonde hair almost down to the back of his knees that he always braids really intricately. He wears a crown, and he's the god of the sky. So he rules over a couple of planets, actually. He can control when it's daytime, when it's nighttime. And
Right on.
he's also been known to infiltrate people's dreams.
Cool. I'm sort of nodding Oh God, yeah. I mean, my memories, since going to hell and back and all of that, I think it's coming back to me. You guys don't really think it's him, do you?
I mean, I don't know. There's tons of people that name their kids Orson. Everyone likes to name one of the gods, so they'll name their son Orson or their daughter Orsina. It's maybe. I think it's weird that none of us knows the language. And then I'm gonna reach into the diamonds and I'm gonna pull out the scroll. I'm gonna look at it. What kind of scroll? What is it? What kind of scroll is it?
Roll a history check.
Oh, jeez.
Can I do that too?
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm
Let me
scooping diamonds
roll it.
into my satchel.
Yeah, no.
To join the
okay,
diamonds from the ghoul ship.
Yeah. I
Yes.
need those diamonds to cast very important things. If you ever want to be
They're-
returned to life, I need those diamonds.
It's literally 40 gallons of diamonds.
Yeah, there's plenty to go around for both me and Everett.
I'm gonna join
A lot of
Avaran in the
diamonds.
diamond grabbing here, and I'm gonna jump up onto the edge of the chest, which I presume is about as tall as I am.
Hey, so much for those debts you told us about, Dutch.
Debts are paid.
Yeah, diamonds.
100-year-old debts are old.
Diamond, yeah.
I hope
Diamonds
there
are
was an
useful.
interest.
I don't know what Toto got on his history check, but your boy got a natural one.
Ooh.
Oh,
I got much higher than that. I got math. I'm gonna use a calculator.
What'd you
I
roll
can't
and what's
math.
the modifier?
Here,
I'll
I got
tell
it.
you.
I'm good. 17. Yeah.
I give you roll a d4. Roll a d4, Toto.
17.
Calamity, you think this is definitely paper.
Hardcore
18.
18. Nice. Okay. So yeah, you would know. It's a little interesting just because this is paper, but you can tell by the ink that this is probably before paper was even made. This is a really ancient relic.
Okay.
Even the
So it's
scroll.
tanned leather or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you're kind of rolling it out, it almost starts to break apart in your hand, and you get really nervous. But but it's still clear. It's it's been untouched, and it's been in this chest for. Well, it's odd because the chest isn't old either, so someone definitely put it here. You don't know why. It is a language that you haven't even heard of ever.
My God. God damn.
It's a combination between kind of an old dark elf language and also kind of a hellish, what do you call it? What's it called?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what
Infernal?
the language.
Infernal.
Yeah, infernal.
Infernal, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, team. And mixed between that and infernal,
Okay.
almost like it's a dialect of it.
Okay.
I guess we have a lot to look up once we get to that library, huh?
Exactly.
So, DM, everything that was in the chest was just 40 tons or something of diamonds. This letter that we can't read that is signed from someone named Orson. And this scroll that we cannot read because it is of dual languages and it's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah,
there
the
anything?
script is really beautiful, but
Mhm.
and it looks to be on something ahead of its time. It was written on actual paper instead of leather or stone.
Interesting. Okay. I am going to pocket the scroll. I think Tadla already got the letter. And I'm just gonna kind of look at Avaran and Dutch, kind of go elbow deep into the diamonds.
Thank God for my gauntlets.
Yup.
So
I'm trying to clasp as many in my tiny little hands as I can grab.
Guys, we have a bag of holding. Just saying.
Well, my bag is going to be holding my share.
Okay. Do what you wish.
And at that, it is starting to get late.
Yeah, I'm
So
exhausted.
if you want a long rest, you gotta sleep now.
I am gone. Like, I am done. I'm already in my sleeping cot and dead.
Your toddle jammies.
My total which is for him probably like another giant robe.
A robe on top of
But it's like, I think of it like he's a gnome. Of course he's gonna have like the giant robe and like the funny goofy hat and the funny shoes.
As everyone's bedding down, prepping for watches, doing that whole thing, I'm gonna kind of curiously look over at the dead guy and be like, Dutch,
Yeah.
do you sleep?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I haven't tried. I haven't eaten anything, but I haven't been hungry, and I feel
that's
tired, but not exhausted.
okay. Well, maybe you could do the first watch, and if you get tired, which you might not, because you're dead. But if you get tired, maybe you can like wake up someone else, but only if you get tired. Because maybe we can just sleep, and you could be the watch person.
I think for you, Calamity, I can do that. Yeah.
Dutch gets a like point from Calamity. So I haven't used this in a very long time, but for you, Nate, and the viewers, I have my own kind of rule set for Calamity's bad luck blitzes and magic that is unaimed. And it typically goes to someone that the entity does not see as a friend. And so they get like points, and the more like points they have, bad things stop only going towards them. And you get a like point for that. That's, yeah.
Much appreciated, friend.
Yeah. So yeah, Calamity's gonna go knock out.
Dutch uses Calamity as a pillow. Thank you, Baptized Puss.
I'll sort of walk to the mouth of the cave and pull out my guitar and just kind of start strumming and staring out into this dark abyss.
I
Yeah,
take away
roll
that
up.
like point because I forgot that he stole my guitar. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Whoa!
AKA took his guitar back.
Yeah.
He was dead. He's been dead forever. It's fine. I'm kidding.
Dutch, roll a perception check, and then Toddle, roll a perception check for your Sighthound.
Got it.
We are collabing here.
See.
Okay.
Perception 19.
Okay. And then let me roll what you
1,
find.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18.
18. Okay. Oh, yay! Cool. Okay.
For my notes, I'm gonna write diamonds out the ass.
A lot of diamonds.
Dutch, you are gonna notice what appears to be they're very whale-like. They have long, almost serpent-like tails, and they seem to be moving. And they're all cut. They seem to be partially covered in patches of fur, and they have long, like whisker-like things that sort of just loop through the air. And you see like a little group of them. It looks like a large female one, and then 2 babies, kind of almost swim through the air, through the darkness of this cavern, past you.
I'm gonna put my hands over my guitar and quiet myself a bit and just kind of stare off in amazement at these creatures.
And they do seem to spark some sort of chain reaction from all of the fungi around them, and whatever they pass through, the fungi sort of light up like a yellow gold as it passes through. And they don't make any sound. They're dead silent. And you sit there with the guitar, looking over with the dog, who lays his head on his paws next to you. But otherwise, you don't really find anything. Yeah, that was very peaceful. So there's no real threat anywhere. And that does end your watch for the next 3 hours. If you wanted to do a long rest, you can. You have to wake up
Right on.
somebody else. Or let the dog
Um,
do it. It's up to you.
Oh man, I'm going to very, very quietly creep back uh, towards Avaran and lightly sort of shake him awake and hey, hey, my watch is over. I didn't see much except for well, they're like these flying whales, but I, they seemed cool, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I don't know how much I trust that dog. Do you mind taking the next watch?
That's all right. I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say flying whales?
Yeah, yeah. Keep an eye out. They look. It's like a giant, like catfish. It's a whole thing, man. You should check it out. It's pretty cool.
All right. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Take a rest.
All right, and I
And then get
will.
up and stretch and go walk over to the spectral patchwork dog.
Okie doke. And you sit next to Doggo. Toddle, go ahead and roll a perception check, and then Avaran, roll a perception check too, please, for your watch.
Got it. Yeah, you guys can suss out if this dog is like actually good.
So far, so good.
12.
13.
Okay. And you guys see. Eh, nothing. It indicates
We'll take
weather
it.
change, so we'll say, yeah, I would say it starts to snow really lightly. So you just see a little bit of snow start to collect on some of the fungi on the sides of these cliffs. And that's about it. It's pretty quiet. You do notice some creatures sort of scurrying about. You do notice a couple of things hunting sort of in the distance, since sound travels so quickly through this area. You see some creatures that are scuffles about. There's a roar in different areas. You hear a couple of dying screams. It's definitely even though it's beautiful where you're sitting, it's also you're reminded then just exactly where you are. But Dutch, as you lay your head down, you are going to have a dream.
Oh no.
Yeah, here we go.
And it's actually going to be more like another recovered memory than a dream.
Okay.
You're going to find yourself standing there with nothing on you, just the clothes on your back. And when you look down at your hands, you notice that they're warm and pink. So you're definitely not undead. And it's funny, it's the first thing you'd probably check. But you're standing in what appears to be a white room. What you're standing on seems to be a marble floor, and it's hard to see because it's a little bit fuzzy around you, but directly beneath your feet it looks to be like a pretty white marble. And you look up and there seems to be a creature standing before you. It looks to be another elf, but it's a woman. She has short blonde curly hair, and she has gems sort of entangled in her curls. She's standing there in a full suit of armor that's all white gold. And there's a symbol of what looks to be a wing kind of on one side, and then like a feathery white wing, and then a bat wing on the other side in kind of the shape of a heart. And there's laces of gold, that sort of emblem around it, and inlay it into the front chest of the armor. She does approach you. And she also seems to have a long tail, and at the end of the tail, looks like blonde fur, similar to her hair. So you almost assume it's an elf, and then her tail kind of fucking throws you off. But she's standing there with a giant sword, and gloved hands too, and one of them has gems in it, as if it's a gauntlet. And she speaks to you, but you can't hear what she says. And then at that point, you kind of escape your own body and you're looking at the dream from a different angle. You see yourself talking to her. You see yourself react kind of poorly. You almost drop to your knees. You kind of hold yourself up and you're crying. And she tries to comfort you. She reaches out and places a gauntlet hand on your shoulder. And she leans in a little closer and whispers to you. And it seems, and you feel sadness for yourself, but you also feel so reassured, and you're filled with another purpose. And it takes you a while to recover from this, and you kind of watch yourself, even though she's still there and you know she's still talking to you, you just see yourself, and you can see yourself react to what she's saying. And you're a little bit confused, you're a little frightened, but you're also up to the challenge, and that's how you feel. She lets you go. She stands all the way up. She sheaths her sword, and she walks away from you towards a giant gate. And this gate is, well, it's like a white gate laced with gold. And she walks through this gate, and you follow after her. And then you look down at your hands again, even though you're kind of floating in space, and you see yourself holding the hilt of what looks to be a sword, similar to hers, a little heavier, a little bit different. And there's a big diamond gem on the hilt of it. And then you wake up.
Oh, man.
And Avran is still on watch during the stream.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Whew.
You all right there?
Yeah, I had a the strangest dream. I can't tell if I feel better or worse. I don't know. It's like an angel came to me. Still kind of waking up and shaking off the sleep. Is the watch going okay? Nothing out there?
I mean, it started snowing a bit.
Okay. Oh, man.
And you look around, and the cave is dark, and you compare how you were feeling in the dream to where you are now. In the dream, you felt fine. There's no particular temperature. You felt actually really comfortable. Not necessarily warm, even though you were alive at the time. But then you contrast it to this world that you live in. And just looking at Avaran's face, you feel familiarity there. As if, like, these people you've been traveling with for so long through the forest, fighting werewolves and secret mirrors and giant centipedes, you feel like these people just don't belong in this world. And you have almost like this purpose set about you, like, maybe this is supposed to change. Maybe this is something we can change. It just felt so out of place, and you feel so almost upset that the world is how it is, and you don't know how or why. You just have this visceral feeling like there's something you want to do about it.
And I'll look over at Avaran and say, nothing's quite been right since I got back. I was in such a strange place, and it felt like an eternity. And now this angel comes to me in a dream. I feel compelled. I feel drawn to this world. I have unfinished business. There are things that I need to attend to, and things that I need to make right.
I know the feeling. In fact, like I said earlier, I didn't remember being captured in hell, but part of the reason I was there was I was trying to free some of the souls that had been captured during the Great War. Because I felt since I was a boy that there's something wrong with this world. It needs to be corrected, turned back to what it was before. And so I've sworn an oath to make that happen.
Well, I can only hope that perhaps with all of our energies and our efforts put together, that we can right this wrong, whatever it might be. If you would allow me to continue to journey with your party, and you've got my loyalty, and you've got my effort.
I appreciate that sentiment. And as a long time friend of Tottle's, you know, if Tottle trusts you, I do too. And let me say, I've sworn my sword to the service of protecting and aiding Tottle on this journey. And so anyone that Tottle calls friend, I will as well.
And the doggo sort of looks at both of you and wags his tail and kind of settles down, lays his head on his paws. And that's where we're going to end tonight's show. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I'm so sorry it was such a late start. But I thought this was a good one.
This was a great
fun.
episode.
Yeah.
This was such a good episode.
10 out of 10.
Oh,
Well, now we're starting to understand a little bit of what happened to Dutch in the last 100 years.
Oh yeah.
yeah, now
Just-
it's making sense.
But literally just scratching the surface. So, as we look for someone to raid, you guys are awesome. We're gonna have a 50th episode celebration soon.
Oh, very
yes, that's gonna be a big day.
I know. We gotta get all decked out in gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like 3 weeks out?
Yeah,
Yeah, coming up.
Very cool.
50 episodes. Oh my god, 50 episodes.
that's insane. That's crazy. I love it.
We did it. We did it
We did
together.
True. It's very true. We couldn't have done this without all of us.
And
Yeah.
all of you.
And all
True.
of chat, specifically.
Yeah, we got raided tonight and everything.
Yeah.
Some cat
Nah.
butthole.
Fierce bubble.
while I kind of zero in on who we're about to go hang with, why don't you guys talk about a raid message?
Ooh,
Yes. Ooh, there's so many good
Something
things.
with
that
something
happened.
with
Yeah.
with diamonds or
Yeah. There was a lot of good stuff today. This is gonna be good.
But I do like this in the chat.
goats.
Ladies, get your hands out of your pockets and put them together. Next up on the main stage, Captain Thunderwave.
I do like that one.
Cause
That
of
was-
explosions.
That was totally what me and Dick were talking about in chat. So that would be great. Just saying. Jeez. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah,
Good
welcome.
episode.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Such a good DM.
Yeah.
And my dice were just so mean to me this time. It's karma because last episode I rolled really well and
We had like 7 20s last episode.
yeah, yes we did.
Ridiculous, I know.
Nuts.
So honestly,
I just love that we're fucking rich after
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I have been rich. I
mean,
have
we've
been.
rich.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say we've been able to afford anything we need to afford.
Well,
But
you guys
yes.
have, because you've had platinum for like 40 episodes.
We have
I came into
platinum.
this with like 150 gold and have gotten no additional money since, except for the diamonds that we found on that
Hmm.
ship with the ghouls.
Oh my
Because
god.
you sent me as like a gaseous form.
Oh
When
yeah.
I finally re-solidified, Vera had already left, and I'm just like, all right, the diamonds are mine. The diamonds are mine.
Right, yep.
I don't think you guys actually know about that in the game.
Right.
Oh yeah, that
We don't.
Avran's a broke ass bitch.
No,
Well,
that you got
and the-
diamonds.
Oh yeah, and the diamonds. Yeah, well, the diamonds have magic components, so they're actually
Exactly.
worth more.
Exactly. Which
And
is
you're-
why
There
I want to
we
make
go.
shit with them.
Yup.
You know how many
Well, you-
willow seeds I could enhance? No.
Oh my god.
Oh, your poor willow
Well,
seed.
you can do whatever you want with your 10 gallons of diamonds. I'm just picturing like the 5-gallon buckets, 2 of those filled with diamonds for each of us.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
This must be fucking
Oh my
I'm
god,
living.
this
I'm
economy.
living. I'm living through y'all.
for real. That's one
What
thing
would I
very
like
nice.
right now? A bunch of diamonds.
Oddly enough, this evil, dark, horror-themed world has a lot of money in it. So, there you go.
Money comes and money goes, my friend.
They say money is the root of all evil.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, but
All right.
diamonds are a girl's best friend.
And we are
Yes.
going to go raid our friend Darling
Yay!
Creep Show.
Awesome.
Any final
Yay.
words, and before I press the button?
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for joining. Sorry I was a late start. I will be on time next week, I promise. But yeah, stay tuned for next show. It should be a good one. We're gonna try to clear this giant cavern, and
Oh yeah.
we'll see who we run into.
Sweet.
Or we have to actually go through the Valley of Death first, and then we can clear this. And then we'll make our way to hopefully the city, and then whole new vibe. So get ready.
Oh, and copy that message in chat.
Copy it
That's
because we're
great
leaving
message.
in 5, 4, 3, 2. Bye.